Hello and welcome to one of our very first ever video versions of the post-week news. Let's get pwned.
Post-week news. News you heard last week. Today.
Alright, thank you guys so much for joining us for one of our very first ever post-week news. We're doing it in a video form now, and that's kind of to give us a way to clean up our podcast, the Rocky Mountain Slackercast. We want to have a little bit more time for open discussion and a little bit more time to just talk about what we want to talk about rather than focusing on current events. And so that's kind of the reason why we decided, holy crap, I messed it up. And so that's kind of the reason we decided to go ahead and do a video version of it rather than putting it in the Rocky Mountain Slackercast. So you can still catch Rocky Mountain Slackercast at Rocky Mountain Slackers on iTunes or SoundCloud. And we still do everything. We still talk about upcoming stuff on Just Over the Next Hill. We still talking about what we're doing while we're slacking off and all that. So check that out. But this is the post-week news. Let's get started. Paladins announced that they're going to be doing a Battlegrounds. Now this is actually pretty interesting because Paladins, from what I heard over the last couple months, has been getting a really bad rep. Basically, they started a new card system that is very reminiscent of Battlefront 2 and its pay-to-win like card system, and so like a lot of people were not liking it. I was actually considering making it one of my games on my rotation because I actually really liked it back when it first came out, and now it's come out with a whole bunch of new characters, and so I was like, okay, maybe I'll make this a part of my rotation. But then all the news came out about the cards, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna wait a little bit. And now all of a sudden we have this news about Battlegrounds. First thing I want to point out is that they're calling it Battlegrounds. They're not even trying to shy away from controversy. They're just like, yep, we're Battlegrounds. Take that, PUBG. I don't know if that's commendable or if it's just silly, because Bluehole has already showed that they're not afraid of, whining and crying on the internet about people taking their stuff, and here they are going ahead and taking their name. So, okay, cool, whatever. The main thing I'm curious about is that Paladins is a 100% team and class-based system, and so how is that going to work in a Battlegrounds mode? Because obviously in Battlegrounds or in Battle Royale, if that's what you play, you drop in, you have no equipment but your pickaxe or your nothing. I don't know what you have in PUBG. I don't play PUBG. But you don't start off with anything, and you have to go scavenge for stuff. So how's that going to work? Plus, you have classes. So this is unique in the sense that for the first time you're going to have classes, and you're going to have all this weird stuff. And I am genuinely curious about how this is going to work. And then all of a sudden, a little bit of early gameplay got leaked, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. For the most part, it does seem like everything is going to be, everything's going to be team-based, as far as you're going to have 4 players. And so, okay, that's kind of cool. So that at least makes more sense, because without the team-based, I mean, Paladins is so team-focused. There are so many characters that complement other characters, and if you have like a whole team of nothing but damage dealers, you could probably win, but there's a good chance that you might if the other team has a really balanced team. So now the fact that it is going to be more team oriented, I'm like, okay, that makes more sense. And then you get to when you drop in, you don't actually drop in. What you actually do is you choose where you're going to drop, and then a Zeppelin kind of floats down and just you appear out of the Zeppelin, and that's how you start your thing. So I mean, all this seems kind of cool, and I mean, I think I'm gonna try it out. It's just it was a really weird story this week, and I think it was something to definitely talk about. And now I'd like to do a new segment which is called The Person I Use to Get More Views. And today's person is Logan Paul. So obviously, if you've been paying attention or if you've been alive on, YouTube for the past week, you've probably seen tons of videos talking about Logan Paul, about what he did. If for some reason you're looking to my channel and this is the first time you've ever heard of it, he had a dead body, he put it on the internet, everybody freaked out. Now you're all caught up. First off, I think one of the things I want to say that I don't think much other people are talking about is a lot of people are getting down on like Logan Paul's fans, and they're like, oh my god, there's so many of them that are like defending him, and there's so many of them that are like degenerates and stuff like something. They're really going down on Logan Paul's fan base, and like I don't think that's really fair. It's 15 million people. That is a lot of people to just assume that all of them are really bad people. And, I really feel like the biggest problem maybe is just that the fans of him are fans. I'd like to think that in those 15 million or almost 16 million people, I'd like to think that in those 15 million, there's probably plenty of people who were disturbed by what happened and they didn't like it, but they were enough of fans of Logan Paul that when he made his apology, they're like, oh, okay, he realizes what he done wrong and I'm okay with it. Do I agree with that? No, because I think it's, unexcusable, and I don't think that there's really excuse for what he did. However, I'm just trying to I'm trying not to demonize a whole group of people based on the fact that they like videos of somebody. And I feel like that's one thing that a lot of people have been doing, is that not only have they been going down on Logan Paul, but then they're like, oh, look at all his fans don't care. And it's like, they probably do. You can't say that 15 million people don't care. It's just maybe they're just so much of a fan and they give him so much of a benefit of a doubt that, picture your favorite person, something comes out about them, and then they immediately apologize or something. No matter what it is, because you like them, because you're just on their boat so much, there's a good chance that maybe you would forgive them. Obviously, there's a good chance that you wouldn't forgive them. But all I'm trying to say is don't get down on Logan Paul's fan group. There are a bunch of them that are bad, like the people going to the... I can't remember her name, but she's Japanese, and she made a video about how he was very disrespectful to Japanese people. Now, there's some people who commented on her thing saying really racist stuff and really just bad stuff. Those people, yes, those people, screw you, go to hell. But, you have to assume that there's plenty of people who were disturbed by it and just, I just think we need to move on. I think he needs to pay for what he's done, and I do think that in some way, shape, or form, something needs to happen. I don't know. I don't want to say like he needs to be demonetized for a whole month. I don't want to say something like that, but it's like something does need to happen, because also the biggest thing I feel like everybody was talking about was the fact that YouTube was okay with it, even though it went completely against YouTube guidelines. That was the other part that a lot of people seem to focus on, is that, hey, YouTube, what the F? So, I don't know. That's just, I don't usually talk about gossip and stuff. This is probably one of my first time talking about gossip, and I think it was just such a big story. I had to talk about it. So that's my view on it, and I'm done. And now, for a new segment I like to call, you want to know what really pushes my buttons? And today's topic is mid-roll ads. That's right, the thing that comes up in the middle of a video, or even on Facebook, which, by the way, Facebook, screw you. Why did you start using mid-roll ads? Facebook is so egregious, because I could be watching a video for like 10 seconds and then there's a mid-roll ad. It's like they specifically choose most interesting right when it starts to ramp up, and they're like, okay, here's an ad. Almost every time I stop watching the video. So therefore, the mid-roll ad is not doing any good because I'm no longer watching the video. I am so annoyed by that mid-roll ad that I am no longer going to watch it. And so, I mean, Facebook, screw you. But more importantly, we're talking about YouTube in general. We're talking about how people use mid-roll ads and how... Here's the thing. Most people with mid-roll ads are telling you one thing. And that one thing is they just want to get paid. They just want money. Okay? Because a lot of times, this is the most annoying thing about YouTubers and their mid-roll ads. A lot of times when they have mid-roll ads, they don't even plan them correctly. So right in the middle of a sentence, all of a sudden there could be a mid-roll ad. I'm totally kidding. That wasn't a mid-roll ad. I almost gotcha. But seriously, I mean, there's so many of them that they don't even plan it. Here's the thing. Have you ever YouTubed? Do you YouTube lately? You can control where the mid-roll ad goes. You don't have to go and randomly put stuff up. Now you can say that I want 3 mid-roll ads, put them randomly, I don't care where they go. You can do that, and a lot of people obviously do, because you will have mid-roll ads like this. How many do we have on here? Hold on. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 mid-roll ads. That's right, this guy has 3 mid-roll ads. And does he wait for his sentences to end? No. Does he wait for them for a good spot? No, he just does it. And here we got another one. My favorite games that I played over 2017. We got 2 mid-roll ads. One of them's towards the end. He's obviously not caring about your views. So we're going to look at two examples of mid-roll ads. One that does it good, the Nostalgia Critic. Notice how there's 2 mid-roll ads. One's at the very end, obviously, but one's right in the center. Here's the thing about Nostalgia Critic that I absolutely respect. He plans his mid-roll ads. He actually has outro music, then the mid-roll ad, then he has his own ad, which is usually a sponsor or something, and then he goes on with his thing. I respect that because he at least plans for it, he at least gives a crap, and so I will watch the ad. No joke. No matter how long it is, I mean, unless it's like a really long trailer. But anyways, I will actually watch the ad because I respect the fact that he actually plans this out. He wants money. He does depend on this to live, and I get that. But he actually plans it out, and he makes it a part of the show. It makes it feel like a show. Then let's look at somebody who does it absolutely terribly, and that would be this guy. Yeah, that's right. I'm doing a YouTube battle. Yeah, this guy, Review Tech USA or something like that. He has 3 mid-roll ads and then another one at the very end. He doesn't care where they go. He just wants more. He wants as many as he can get. Now, what is this video about? This video is about people who got swatted, who died when they got swatted. And what is he doing? He is trying to profit off of talking about people who died. Not only is he trying to profit off of talking about people who are dying, he is bragging about it. I predicted this day would come. Derp derp derp. Naka baka baka da. Yeah, that's right. He's bragging about the fact that I told you guys, didn't I? Didn't I tell you? And when did I tell you? A long time ago. This is freaking egregious. Not only is he using mid-roll ads in just the stupidest way, because no, they don't come at the end of a sentence. They are not planned. They are just randomly sprouted. So he could be in the middle of a word and it comes up. So not only is it that, but it's during something that's a pretty serious subject. So you're pretty, I don't know, just a pretty crappy guy for doing that, in my opinion. If it's okay for me to say my opinion on YouTube, the place where opinions breed. Alright, and that was my big rant about mid-roll ads. That is just what really pushes my buttons. Alright, so guys, so this was a brand new type of video. We're going to have this on probably once a week. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Would you like us to change up the format? Let us know what you think about it and everything. We will keep it at it and just keep giving you our advice, or not advice, our opinion. Yeah, you don't get any advice. Here's some advice. Be awesome. I'm out!